Yes, very good evening. Sorry for the interruption. Please do. Huh. Shall we start? Shall we proceed? Okay. Here you can answer it in the chat. Okay. Consider the example provided below. There is no jar now in the ground. Identify the means of knowledge involved in the example. Quick answers, please, learners. We'll do it quick. Yes, very good, Sudha ma'am. Thank you, thank you. Very good. Come on, quick. Yes. Is the right answer for this question is it is option number 1, that is Anupalabdhi. Anupalabdhi means what? The absence gives me some knowledge. Absence gives me some knowledge, and that we call Anupalabdhi. And we have Arthapati. So Arthapati means, what does it mean here? Postulation, assuming something. That is postulation. And then we have a Pratyaksh. Pratyaksh means perception. Through my sense organs I perceive some knowledge, and that we call Pratyaksh. Anumana means inferring something. Second knowledge, we call it as Anumana. Based on my previous knowledge, I come to a conclusion and take a decision, Anumana. Here the question talks about there is no jar now in the ground. See, now there is no jar. Then before something would have been there. That's why they are saying no jar now in the ground. That's called Anupalabdhi. Next question. Sound is permanent because it is audible. Sound is permanent because it is called audible. Sound is permanent because it is audible. Identify the fallacy involved in the above argument basis of the Indian logic from the options given below. Sound is permanent because it is audible. Get the reason, check with the term, and then tell me. Question number 3. The right answer is option number 1. It's called trivial reason. It is called trivial reason. The reason that is true, that there is too insignificance to prove the conclusion. See, what do you mean by a trivial reason? The reason may be true, but it is too insignificant. It is very weak to establish that conclusion. It is very weak here to establish that conclusion. Contradictory means what? Which negates that conclusion, that we call contradictory reason. Irrelevant means there is no relationship between that permanency and the audibility. There is no relationship. It is not relevant at all means then it is called fallacy of irrelevant. And the fallacy of contradictory means what? It directly negates that conclusion. Conclusion is what? Here it is audible. This is audible and this is permanent. Okay. So whatever the reason I am saying here, and reason saying is audible. So this audible does not negates with that one. It is said to be weak. Audible means it does not mean it has to be permanent. This is called weak reason I am telling. What reason? Weak. The fallacy of wrong assertion, the reason that is false but repeatedly asserted as true. That is why this is called trivial. Trivial means whatever I am making the reason between these two terms, right? They are said to be weak. It is weak to establish that conclusion. It is very not that much significant to say that conclusion that the sound is permanent because it is audible. Okay, right, very good. Next question. Question number 4. In Nyaya syllogism, all three terms stand synthesized in which of the following step of inferential process? We have a PH, U, U, N. No. In which step or the inference would be made there? In Udaran step, or Nigmana step, or Upanaya step, or Hetu step? In which step that inference would have been taken? It's very good. Quick answers. very good, very good. Super, very good. Yes. Exactly right. Many of you are giving right answers for this question. Very good. Yes. The right answer for this question is, it is option number 3 is right answer. Yes, very good. Option number 3 is right answer here. Application. Why? Because we know the proposition, the pratijna is the hill has fire, and the his reason because there is a smoke. Udaharan here I am talking about, I am giving an example, but Upanaya is the step where I used to confer all. See here, hill, smoke, fire. I used to connect everything over here, and then that is why here synthesize into the following steps of inferential process, where I come to take a decision whenever I am talking about the Upanaya stage, application stage. Okay, because in Nigmana there is only a conclusion. Nigmana is this only a conclusion, but here as I have already told you, know what do you mean by synthesis here? What is synthesis? Analysis means I just separate everything and I will check what is there. Synthesis means I can able to connect everything together. I can able to say this is what it says. That is called synthesis. So in this step only they take major term, middle term and minor term together, and they can come to a conclusion here. The hill has a smoke which is connected with the fire. So all the three terms are connected together in this line called Upanaya. Am I clear, learners? Yes. So here option number 3 is the right answer. Comes under Pramana's topic. Next one. Next, before going to the next question, no, I would just like to give you a small glimpse on this orthodox schools and heterodox schools. Very interesting. Everything I consolidated here. Yes, exactly right. Shri Swapnika. Thank you so much. 7G Rainbow Colony. He can able to assemble the bike again. No, he can able to connect the bike parts again. That is synthesis. Same point. Exactly right. Very good. Here, please kindly note down this. Take a printout of these 4 pages. Orthodox schools means, what does it mean? Orthodox schools means which accept the Vedic authority. Indian philosophical schools. We have Nyaya philosophy, Vaishika, Samkhya, Yoga, Purva Mimamsa, Uttar Mimamsa. In Nyaya philosophy, what does it says? In every school we have something, no? What does it says? The Nyaya philosophy talks about logic, it talks about epistemology, how it has been working, how it has been taking decision. All these things has been talked under Nyaya schools of philosophy. Here the true knowledge is matters a lot instead of having that ignorance. So true knowledge brings more into the people. So I have a valid reasoning. This is why it happens. That is what done under Nyaya philosophy, and the propounder is Gautama. Okay, it is Gautama. And here the text that we use is Sutras, Nyaya Sutras. And here another important one, what are all the Pramanas accepted. You can write it down neatly in your notebook. You will never forget. Here IPSC, I means what? It is inference. I means inference. P means Pratyaksh. Okay, Pre means Pratyaksh. And S means Shabda Pramana. S means Shabda Pramana. And C means comparison. Okay, comparison. IP again inference and perception. Inference, perception, Shabda. Inference, perception, Shabda. And all the 6 will be accepted here in the Mimamsa philosophical schools. So what does Vaishika schools talks about? Vaishika school talks about reality. How does the world exist? How does this universe started? Everyone started from this atom. Such philosophies was being propounded by Vaishika by Kanda Muni. Which Muni? Kanda Muni. And then Samkhya talk about was being proposed by Kapila Muni, and here it talks about metaphysics, that is Purush Prakriti. We should able to discriminate things, no? We should able to how it was being originated, how they are being done now. That discrimination we call it as Purush Prakriti proposed by Samkhya philosophy. Yoga philosophy talks about Patanjali, and he talks about how to control our mind, how to take our body, meditation, everything proposed by Patanjali, Yoga Sutras. It also talks about here how to practice in our day-to-day life. Okay, then Purva Mimamsa and Uttar Mimamsa. Here also people leave. I don't know why you leave. I'm taking that much of pressure to take all these concepts, but see people, I don't know what you all thinking. I don't know. I'm feeling very, very bad, right? Okay, leave. Uttar Mimansa means it is proposed, and Purva Mimansa proposed by Jamini, and here it is Vyasa, okay, Badrayana. And this also talks about Brahman, Atma, how it is being united, how it talks about moksha, self-realization, all this being talked about Vedanta philosophy. So here I have given in short what all these schools talks about. You can take it as for your references. And next we move to heterodox schools, Buddhism, Jainism and Charaka. So Buddhism school was propounded by Gautama Buddha, Jainism, Mahavira and Charaka, Brihaspati. And here in Buddhism, Tripitakas was there, and it talks about what, it talks about the discipline that has to be followed in Buddhism. It talks about the teachings that have to do in Buddhism, and also talks about the philosophy, and that was being called as Vinaya Pitika, Sutta Pitika and Abhidhamma Pitika. Okay, all these things. If you take a Buddhist monk, how they live, how disciplined they are, what kind of things they teach the scholars, and what kind of philosophy they followed into their religion, that is what we call Tripitakas. Okay, right? Okay, and their main the concept is impermanence. Nothing is permanent in this world. That is the main concept here. And here the liberation is nirvana. Okay, right. And next one we have a Jainism. It talks about agamas, and this agamas talks about what the it talks about moksha, it talks about the ethics, it talks about conduct, how to live. Everything was being talked here. 1 minute. Hello. Ashwin class la irken Purvista. And then we have Charaka school, heterodox school again, and here there is no text available, but it is talking about materialism. Okay, right. Here perception is alone accepted here as a way of getting knowledge. Yes, do this one. Arrange the following in the correct historical sequence of Indian logical tradition. Who comes first? Who comes first? The historical sequence. Question number 6, right? Sorry, 6. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Question number 5. Nyaya Sutra, Buddhist logic, Navya Nyaya, and then Jain logic. Yes, very good. Yes, very good, very good. The right answer for this question is, it is 5.3 is the right answer. Yes, exactly. Nyaya logic comes under 2nd century, that is before Common Era, and then Jain logic, and then we have Buddhist logic, and then we have Navya logic. Okay, 13th century. Clear, very good. Yes, 5.3. Next question, question number 6. Read the question carefully. Classical Indian logicians give a psychological amount of inferential cognition. According to Nyayakas, the logical structure of inference represents not how we ought to infer, but how, as a matter of fact, we do infer. Waiting for your answers. Question number Very good, very good. Yes, very good, pa. Very good, very good. Yes, the right answer for this question is yes, both the options are said to be right here. Question number 6. What does it mean, ma'am? See, according to the Indian logicians, Indian philosophy, they give a psychological account of making an inferential cognition. What do you mean by inferential cognition here? When I want to take any some decision, no, they have to go through that inference process. Pratijana, Hitu, Udaran, Upanayan and Nigmana. After going through that phrase only, they can able to give the answer. Okay, they can come to a decision. So it is a psychological account of making that mental process to come to a conclusion. Okay, so here what they are saying is, second point, the inference, how the inference in fact occurs in human cognition. It is not only based on that logic, but also how we think about it. The logical structure of inference represents not how we ought to infer, but how as a matter of fact we do infer. So here both the options are said to be correct. The Nyaya analysis of inference, how inference in fact occurs in human cognition, how we do it. I go back to my 10 years old, I imagine how that hot has got fire and how that smoke came, how people around me reacted in that way. So my cognition thinks how my mind is working over there. That is what here given. So both the options are said to be right. Next question. Question number 7. Now also I gave some clue. According to Indian logicians in inference, for others, 5 steps are required. According to Nyayikas, in inference for oneself, only 3 steps are required. So just think little bit deep and tell me the right answer. Little bit. Question number 7. And also tell me what concept it is. Very good. Very good. Question number 7. Chocolate for those who are telling right answer. Little bit think of inference. We did know inference, types of inferences we did, right? In that one, this option is there. I gave you example, one with my daughter and another one with all net aspirants. Clue I have given. One I have given with all net aspirants, one I have given with my daughter. I have marked that clue also. Okay. Sorry. Okay, the right answer for this question is both the options are right. You know why? Because only when I have to go and explain my daughter, what I have to do, I have to explain all the steps. Okay, I have to give an example. I have to say, see, this is where it has been applied. See, this is the conclusion. So there I have to go with that 5 steps. But when it comes to inference for oneself, myself, then at that time, I no need of giving in an application or a conclusion and an application there. Clear? Here only that 3 steps is enough for her, but there only we need Pratijana, Hitu, Udaran, Upanayan and Nigmana. So that only I can able to make other people understand what I want to say. You understand the concept? Why there we need only 5 steps, here we need 3 steps. That is called Pararthanumana and this we call it as Swarthanumana. This is called Swarthanumana. Here I will be saying, see, the hill is having fire. Okay. And I am saying, why you are saying fire? Because it is having smoke. And then I will be saying the application where it is being done. That's all. So the example where it is being done. Before it happened, no. Likewise it is happened. So this is what we do it for ourselves. Why I am failed in exam? I have not prepared properly. I have not prepared properly, that's why I am failed in the examination. That is called, here we have this Anumana, we call it as what? Swarth Anumana, which for oneself. Pararth Anumana means for others. This is how we get questions. We should know what is Anumana, inference, making a conclusion. And after making that conclusion, we have this Pararth Anumana and Swarth Anumana. Pararth Anumana means I want to infer, make other people to infer something. For that I need these 5 steps. That is PHUUN. Patijna Hitu Udaranu Pane Nigmana. And in that mental process only they come to a conclusion. But if I want to make myself and convince myself, means the inferential cognition works in my mind for myself. Okay, I don't need to go and explain somebody else. So that is called inference for oneself by Swararthanvana. Is it clear? Yes, very good. Next question. For classical Indian thinkers, inference means that Anumana means the only syllogistic inference. Unlike Aristotelian syllogism, Anumana involves 4 steps instead of 3. Read it carefully and give the answers. Read it carefully, please, and then give the answers. One minute. Yes, very good. This is question number 8. Have you done? Shall I give you poll? Sorry, no poll here. You give me the answer. No poll here, sorry. Yes, very good, very good. Okay. Read it carefully and then give me the answer. For classical Indian thinkers, no poll, sorry. Poll I can give, but I cannot directly give here. Yes. The right answer for this question is, it is option number C is the right answer. Yes, you know why? See here in the question, the classical Indian thinkers inference that Anumana means the only way of syllogistic inference. Yes, in other cases like perception, Upamana, or what is that? Anupalabdhi or Atapatiya Shabda, that is different. But here the Anumana, the inference is made the only way of syllogistic inference, that is by means of PHUUN. That is right. In Indian logic. Unlike Aristotelian logic, Anumana involves 4 steps instead of 3. There is a 5 step, right? There is a 5 step in Indian logic. In Indian, noted down, in Indian logic, or we can say Nyaya logic, we have 5 steps to take to make a decision. But in terms of Western logic or Aristotelian logic, how many steps we have to take an inference? That is 3 steps. That is premise 1, premise 2 and conclusion. Premise 1, premise 2 and a conclusion. So the three sentences will be there. But whereas there we have 5 steps. So this is said to be wrong. Here they have given 4 steps, but Anumana involves 5 steps. So this is wrong. Clear? Very good. Super. Next one. Which of the following means of knowledge involves positing for something for making any unit of cognition self-complete? Question number 9. Exactly. Super. Okay, very good answers. Which means of knowledge involves foisting of something for making any unit of cognition self complete. Foisting means assuming. இருக்கலாம் இதுவா இருக்கலாம் அதுவா இருக்கலாம். That is foisting. Yes, foisting. If I tell that word means you will tell the answer. Yes. Foisting means assuming. Now tell the answer. Foisting means assuming. Now tell me the answer. That's all. Now tell me the answer. Foisting means assuming. I think now you can give. Very good. Yes. The right answer is this option number 2 is the right answer. That is postulation. So arthapathy is a means of knowledge which involves foisting or assuming an unseen fact. See, a way of knowledge. Foisting means assuming. Okay. So assuming of something for making any unit of cognition self-complete. So I assume something and I said, yes, you would have done it. That's why you have got more marks. Yes, I know that you would have gone there. So all I assume and I make that conversation complete. Thambi Devadatta, same thing. Okay, exactly. Yes, next question. Question number 10 on board. These are all previous year question, learners. Please, we can train ourselves for the hardest question from Indian logic. Sometimes we get easy questions where we score high. In which of the following means of knowledge a hitherto unseen object is known through cognition of its similarity in some respects with an already seen object when one comes across that hitherto unseen object? Again dash. Again not the dash, but because just read the question twice, you will get it. Get a keyword there. Get a keyword, what they are talking about. Just get the keyword. Here this word is our trap. Okay, I'll give you a clue. She has got it. Yes, she has got it. She has got it. Correct. Moon mom charming. Exactly. See, keyword, similarity. Amma's face looks like moon. Amma's face looks like moon. What is that? Exactly, it is comparison. It is comparison. What I am doing, I am just comparing. Have I gone there and seen the moon? No, right? But I will say, but it looks bright and it looks like cool. So we say it looks like my Amma's face. Okay? Right. Very good. Next question. Hello? Class சொல்லுங்க. என்ன சொன்னாங்க? இதை சாப்பிட்டாங்க. ஸ்கேன் பண்ணி பார்த்துருங்க. ஸ்கேனில் தெரிஞ்சுருங்க. ஆமாம் மிஸ்ஸு தான். ஸ்கேன் பண்ணால் நமக்கு மிஸ் தெரியாது. அது கேள்விப்பட்டதுக்கு ரொம்ப ஸ்கேன் பண்ணி பார்க்குறேன். child disease scan எடுத்துக்கலாம் ஸ்கேன் எடுத்துட்டு ஓகே இல்லைங்க ஸ்கேன் எடுத்துடலாங்க ஸ்கேன் எடுத்துடலாம் ஸ்கேன் எடுத்துடலாம் ஸ்கேன் எடுத்துடலாம் பேசிட்டாங்க வெளியே இது வாங்கிட்டு பிள்ளைங்க வந்து நிறைய நீங்கள் ஸ்கேன் எடுத்துறது கட்டுங்க நான் அதுக்கு முன்னாடி காலை எத்தனை மணிக்கு சரி ஓகே நீங்கள் எடுத்துட்டு நம்ம அதுக்குள்ளே டாக்டர் sorry ma okay very good yes what is the answer for this question sorry for the thing according to the classical Indian logicians the inference from the effect of the cause is called purvavat anumana. According to Nyayakas, the inference of cause of the effect is not possible. Purvavat, Seshavat, Samyodrishtita. You remember, all comes from that inference-based question. Purvavat, Seshavat, Samyodrishtita. What do you mean by Purvavat here? Yes. So, Purvavat talks about effect of the cause. Inference is being made from the effect of the cause. So here the first statement is said to be correct. Purvavat anumana. Okay, first statement is said to be correct here. What about sorry, one minute. So we have three anumanas are there, that is Purvavat, Seshavat and Samyodrishtita. So what do you talks about Purvavat? I am looking outside, clouds are there, I will say definitely it will rain. So looking at the what is that? Dark clouds, I am perceiving the cause there and saying it will rain definitely. So this talks about the cause and effect. But here they are saying from the effect of the cause. The inference from the effect of the cause is called Purvavat Anumana. So that is why this is not here. This is wrong. According to Nyayakas, the inference of cause from the effect is not possible. No, that is possible. So cause from effect, effect we call Purvavat. And saying that looking at the effect, muddy road, I'll say it would have rained in the night. So effect to cause we call Seshavat Anumana. Clear? Purvavat means looking at the cause. Dark clouds, I'll say definitely it will rain. Talking about the effect. Seshavat Anumana means what does it mean? Looking at the effect of the muddy road, I'll say it is because of the rain yesterday night. So this is called Seshavat Anumana. But here they are saying cause to effect is not possible. No, it is possible. That is called Purvavat Anumana. The inference from the effect of the cause is called Seshavat Anumana. So this is also false. Exactly, Samyodrishtita means it is a moon movements. Super, good, great, thank you so much. So the right answer for this question is both the options are said to be false here. Yes, both the options are false in this question. Very good. Next question. How was the question? Do you enjoy? Do you enjoy the question, learners? It is not like as usual. It's a little bit big words, confused words to make you think. Since we have 15 days for the exam, so please, I hope you get into the track of doing questions. Patanjali, Chanakya, Panini, Charaka. This question came here. Please do it. I don't know why in app used to have 70 learners. Now we have only answers. Yes, very good, very good. Yes, the right answer for this question is, it is option number 3 is the right answer. What is this question talks about? Yes, before question is 10, this is 11, this is 12. 12th question. Yeah, very good. 12th question, yes, very good. It is option number 3 is the right answer. Patanjali, it talks about what? Yoga Sutra. Chanakya Arthashastra. Panini is a grammarian, Ashtadhyayi. Charaka, he was a father of Ayurveda. Yes, very good. Next question. Question number 13. Which of the following are admitted by Nyayikas, that is Indian logicians, as a kind of inference? Super question. Very good, very good. Yes, very good. Quick answers. Very good. Yes, the right answer is ABD. The inference of the effect from the cause, the inference of the cause from the effect, inference from observation of general inseparability, the movements of sun and the moon, Samyo Drishtita. Correct? Samyo Drishtita. Very good. Seshavat, Puravat and Samyo Drishtita. Very good. Next question on board. Question number 14. Yes, do this one. Classical Indian logicians regard deduction and induction as two separable logical processes. According to classical Indian logicians, verbal form is not essential to inference. This video will be kept only inside our app. Okay, this has been made as unlisted. This will be kept only inside our app. Once read again, understand the concepts, then tell me the answer. Classical Indian logician regards deduction and induction as a two separate logical process. Yes, very good. Very good, very good. Classical Indian logicians regards reduction and induction as two separate logical processes. Okay, very good. Three of you are giving wrong answers because the question lies like that. They made it feel like that. Okay, no issues, no issues. That is why I bought all these questions today, because one line questions make you feel comfortable. No, you don't want to give that comfort zone today. That's why I gave you these kind of questions. Very good. Very few people gave me right answer. The option number 4 is right. You know why? Classical Indian logicians regard deduction and induction as a separate process. That we have a PHUUN. No, when we make an inference, how we make that inference? We don't take it as separately. First, we used to take identify what has been happening. Say example, there is a relationship between the fire and the smoke. I'll be telling there is a relationship between fire and the smoke, and then I'll be saying, so whenever there is a smoke, definitely the fire will be accompanied with them. So because it has been because of observation, I am saying whenever there is a smoke, my memory will say no. Whenever there is a smoke, definitely there will be a fire, because I have observed that one. So here they combine the process of induction and also deduction. So what they are doing, apply to any scenario. They apply to any scenario. So here they use both the concepts here. Deduction means, what does it mean? They move from general to specific. And what do you mean by induction here? They move from specific to general. So whenever they come to make a conclusion, they don't treat those two steps as separate. In inference, they use the inductive generalization and also application here in order to make it as a single inferential process. That is PHUUN. So what you used to do? First, I used to say there is a strong relationship between the fire and the smoke. I have made it. And then as I whenever see smoke, I'll be saying there is a fire here. And I come to a generalized point here. Wherever I see fire, I'll say there will be a smoke. There will be a connection will be there. So the induction and deduction will be applied. They will be taken as a single part here in Indian logic. Okay, it will be taken as an Indian logic. So first statement is said to be incorrect here. According to classical Indian logician, verbal form is not essential to inference. Exactly right. வாயில வடை சுடுவாங்கன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா தமிழ்ல, that is not needed. Okay, they need only the process how it has been gone. They need only the process how it has been made. So verbal formulation is being meant only for inference for others. If we want to make it for what is that? It is essential to look after how that mental process goes. Okay? Yes, how the mental process goes. Very good. Very good. Super. Next question number 15. We will do it. We will do it. Come on. See, that is why this time I have taken the what is the difficult concepts like PDE, higher education and all to be completed in the beginning. If we complete all these important 3 concepts means the next remaining will be very easy for us. I hope you are all practicing every day 1 DI. Every day 1 DI. Please do practice. Please do practice. That process will be helpful to you. I will be selecting any one of the Sunday to do DI, a special marathon on DI. We will do. Okay. So all the difficult topics that we complete before means then it will be easy for us to do the easy at the end. So we can do just revision. So Swarthanmana, Prarthanmana, Kevalya Vaini and Kevalya Vaitriki. Keywords. Yes, very good, very good. I don't know what was the problem. Okay. So the right answer for this question is, it is option number 3. Swarth Hanumana, it is no formal statement no formal statements of different members of the inference. Pararth Hanumana means what? I want to convince others, right? I have to do only to convince others. This is to convince myself. Then we have a Kevalya Vaini, that is to see the terms agree only in their presence and no instance for their absence. Kevalya Vaitriki means where one need connected to the negative way. Here it is positively and here it is negatively. Anavya Vaitriki means both positively and negatively. Okay. All these things comes under the inference. Inference based on Puravat, Sheshavat, Samyodrishtita, Srarthanmana, Prarthanmana, and then Kevalya Vaini and Kevalya Vaitriki and Anavya Vaitriki. These are the categories of making an inferences. Yes, very good, superb. Next one. Question number 16. This is from Hitvabash. Not Hitvabash, from Indian logic only, Hitvabash part. What are the characteristics of a middle term? The reason. What are the characteristics of a reason? Characteristics of a reason. Very easy. Characteristics of a reason. He too. 5 points that we have studied. Hope you remember. 5 characteristics are there, no? 5 characteristics are there. You remember that one? Very good. Very good. Yes. Super. Sudha ma'am, very good, Sudha ma'am. Yes, the right answer for this question is, it is option number A is the right answer. Yes. That is, sorry, not A, sorry, 3 is the right answer. It is A, B, C. What is this? What is this? Do you remember? Sapak Sattva, Vipak Sattva, Apita, Avruddha. You remember? Yes? Yes, the same thing. So, what is the characteristics of the middle term? Characteristics of the middle term. It should be present in the minor term, Paksh Dharmata. Okay? Paksh Dharmata. And then we have it should be present in the minor positive instances in all which the major term is present. It must be present in all the negative instances which the major term is absent. Sapak Sattva, Vipak Sattva, Abhita and Avrita. Clear? One minute. Sapak Sattva, Vipak Sattva. This is Paksh Dharmata. Paksh Dharmata. Do this next question. First one, it should be present in the minor term, is called Paksh Dharmata. Okay. And then Sapak Sattva means it should be present in the positive instances. Vipak Sattva means negative instances, right? And then next last one, it is incompatible, the minor term incompatible. Here they have been compatible, but it should be incompatible, and that is called Abhita. Okay, Abhita. So here this first statement we call Paksh Dharmata. So there should be always a relationship between the minor term and the middle term. That is Paksh Dharmata. It must be, which one? Smoke must be present. The smoke must be present in all the positive instances wherever it has a fire. That is called Sapak Sattva. Sapak Sattva. And then smoke must be present, so it must be absent in all the negative instances in which the fire is not there. Fire is not there means if you take Kodaikanal lake, fog will be coming out of the lake. Can we see, looking at that fog, we can say smoke? No. This is because of the climate. Okay, this is because of the fog it is coming. Because of the coldness it is coming out there. Okay, so that at that time fire should not be present, and that is called Vipak Sattva. Vipak Sattva. Sattva. And next one, it should be incompatible with the minor term, but here they have been compatible with the minor term, so this will not come. This is Abhita. Okay, right, very good. Do this one. Which of the following statements are true regarding logic? Aristotelian syllogism is deductive. Nyaya syllogism is deductive. Aristotelian syllogism is formal. Nyaya syllogism is formal. Nyaya syllogism is inductive. Just now also we did. Just now also we did. Just now also we did. This is the starting point of the this logical reasoning topic. We will have a big diagram. I think with that you can relate. think with that diagram you can relate. Yes, question number it is 17, na? 16, 17. Yes, very good. Quick answers. Yes, very good. Seventeenth question, no answer is there. 17th question, what is the answer? So long time you are taking. So long time you are taking. Aristotelian logic is deductive in nature. Naya syllogism is deductive in nature. Yes, quick. Yes, the right answer for this question. Just now we did. Just now we did. Okay. The right answer for this question is it is both, all the options are correct. A, B, C, D is the right answer. You know why? I will give you the explanation. So first one says Aristotelian syllogism is said to be deductive in nature. Yes, we start with deductive and inductive. Deductive argument, inductive argument, we have two types. No, so option A will come and also option E also will come. So we can select both the one. Nyaya syllogism just now we did. It is also deductive in nature and is also inductive in nature. So both the things will be there. So B and A and C also will come, and B and E also will come. Only thing that we have to check is with the Aristotelian syllogism is said to be formal in nature. Yes, Aristotelian syllogism will be formal, like having a premise 1, premise 2 and a conclusion. Based on that logic only they will take a conclusion. So here all the things will be there and it is also formal in nature. Clear? Ma'am, what is about Nyaya syllogism informal? What does it mean, ma'am? See, Nyaya syllogism also goes through the step-by-step process like PUN, P-H-U-U-N. So here you can have the concept of understanding P-H-U-U-N. Here you can have the concept of having premise 1, premise 2 and taking a conclusion. Okay. Then the other, this one and this one are said to be correct and this one is also correct. Okay. Right. So please make very clear why we take this as right regarding logic. This is P1, premise 2 and then conclusion. This is a formal structure. Nyaya syllogism goes through Pratijna, Hitu, Udaran, Upanan, Nigmana. And why Nyaya syllogism is said to be inductive in nature means they work on all the observation and come to a conclusion. Just now we did, no? Just now we did. These two things will be there. And what about Aristotelian syllogism? And that too the works on the logic. And then they will come to a conclusion based on this premise 1, premise 2 and conclusion. Next question number 18. What is true regarding Nyaya school of logic view of Hitvabash? Hitvabash comes. Please do answer carefully. This is but. This is there in our slide. The first slide of Hitvabash we have. Very good. It means that middle term appears to be a reason, but it is a valid reason. Okay. All fallacies of material fallacies. When inference is based not on causation but on uniformity of coexistence, it leads to a fallacy. Fallacy occurs when any one of the 5 characteristics of middle term are violated. This also we did know. Question number 18, answer. Yes, very good, very good. Do it. Question number 18. This is all previous year question, learners. Okay. Yes, the right answer for this question is, it is option number A, sorry, 2 is the right answer. This A, B, D is the right answer. What is the first point? It means that, what does mean? Hitvabash. Hitvabash means that the middle term appears to be a reason, but it is a valid reason. Okay, but it is a valid reason. Sorry, but it is, I think it should come, na? Sorry. Not should come. There is a mistake here. Not should come. Not should come. Oh my god. Sorry, ma. Sorry. Not should come here. Typing mistake. It means that a middle term appears, which is, what is it here? Itvabash. So itvabash means a middle term appears to be a reason, but it is not a valid reason. Then we call it as hitvabash. Error comes, then it becomes hitvabash. All fallacies are material fallacies. This is the first line of our slide in our hitvabash when I was starting. So all fallacies are said to be material fallacies. What does it mean by material fallacies, ma'am? Means they are being mainly focused on how those terms are being connected to each other. Okay, how they have been connected to each other, and that we call it as material fallacies here. When next option number C, when an inference is based on not on causation but on uniformity of coexistence, that does not lead to a fallacy. Does not lead to a fallacy here, so that we can eliminate that one. What does it mean here? What does it mean here? That inference based on not on the causation but on the uniformity of coexistence. Simple example, we can say, no, we can take mango which is very sweet in taste. So we'll say as sweet as mango, we used to say, no. So the mango which is very ripe in nature will be very sweet. So we connect with that one. So that is because of what? The uniformity of coexistence between those one. Right? So this we can eliminate. Next option number D. This is absolutely right. What are the 5 characteristics of middle term? Paksh dharmata, sapak satva, vipak satva, abhita, avruddha. If these 5 rules has been overcome, means, if they have been violated, means, then occurs fallacy. The types of fallacy we have: asiddha fallacy, and then we have svayabhikara, sat parit paksha, and viruddha, and then badita. 5 different fallacies can occur. Next question number 19 comes fallacies now. Fallacies. Hitvabash. Today I just want to give you this Indian logic, learners. Definitely I am telling you, this understanding will help you a lot. Make it very clear, because we have already studied all the 6 pramanas so many times. Okay, and then we have studied about inference many times, and then we have studied about hitvabash. Only 3 major topics are there. Only thing we have to do here is we have to go one step more into it to make it understand. And here we have Nyaya schools of philosophy. There is orthodox schools of philosophical schools and heterodox schools. What are all the different schools? What does each of them say? And who was the propounder for it? And then we have to know about the hitvabash types in different way. The proposition the hill has fire because it is noble, commits the fallacy of irregular middle. The proposition sound is eternal because it is audible, commits the fallacy of irregular middle. I think very recent class we had this Sitvabash. Yes, very good, very good. Yes, Vaidishwari ma'am. Today all new questions. Why you want only the old questions to be used again and again? Huh? Okay. The hill has fire because it is noble. Very good. The right answer for this question is first option is said to be the hill has fire because it is noble. What kind of fallacy it is? They have given here irregular middle. No, it will not come irregular middle. This is this is Swayabhikara fallacy. Swayabhikara fallacy. Am I correct? It's noble. So first one is Swayabhikara fallacy. Sadharana. Yes. Yes. So under Swayabhikara Sadharana fallacy. Vikara Sadharana fallacy. Yes. And what about next one? Sound is eternal because it is audible. It is noble, it is Sadharana fallacy which comes under Swayabhikara, that is irregular middle, right? It comes under irregular middle, that is right. And the second statement says sound is eternal because it is audible, and that comes under actually Sat Paksha, that will not come. Yes, option 1 is said to be correct and option 2 is wrong. Am I correct? Yes, option 1 is correct and option 2 is incorrect. Very good. Yes, option number 3 is the right answer. Yes. No. No, it's right. It is right because it is whenever it is compared with the another one, that is the it comes under Sat Paksha, no? Sat Paksha. There it has been contradictory with the another strong contradicted one. When it comes in that way, that we call it as Sat Paksha. This is also we call it as a Swayabhikara and comes under Asadharana fallacy. So both the statements are said to be right here. Yes, both are right. The hill has fire because it is noble. It commits a fallacy of irregular middle here, and that is sadharana. It comes under here sadharana fallacy, and asadharana sound is said to be eternal because it is audible, because it is too narrow in nature. So both the statements are correct. Yes. Answer 4. So this is also right, sir. Swayabhikara sim, irregular middle. Second one we have did no. Under this we have 3 different types are there. Sadharana, Asadharana and Anusamhari. Asadharana and Anusamhari. 3 different fallacies are there under Swayabhikara. So what do you mean by Swayabhikara? It means irregular middle. Irregular middle. The reason is not at all related to that one, and that is called irregular middle. And here Swayabhikara, what they are saying, hill has fire because it is noble. Okay. Can I say I know this like book is there? Can it be connected to fire? Water is there because I know water. Can I connect water to fire? No, right? So I cannot connect over there. Yes, because it is very broadly I am telling here, and that has become fallacy. Because I am noble, I know everything. Can I able to relate this one? I'll give you a simple example. I know CM, I know the Chief Minister. Does it mean that he also knows me? He is known to me. I can easily able to approach. That I can't say. As he is noble, another my friend is also noble, CM is also noble. As this friend and CM is both same. No, right? CM, okay, I know CM and I know my friend. Are they both similar? Can I approach as like my friend to the Chief Minister? No, both are noble to me. I know them. But whether they know them, that is a question. That is sadharana. So too broad I am applying that word noble. Sound is eternal because it is audible. I cannot say as it is said to be audible, it will be long lasting. Okay, it is too narrow. Asadharana fallacy. Exactly correct. Super. Very good. Next question number 20. No, leave this question. Do this one. Do this one. 20. I'll share this PDF. You can access. Aristotle has 3 terms. Nyaya syllogism has 5 terms. Quick answers. Aristotle syllogism has 3 terms and Nyaya syllogism has 5 terms. Just now we did. Here talking about what? Terms. 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 Aristotle's syllogism, how many terms are there? And Nyaya syllogism, how many terms are there? Terms. I mean it again and again. Again I'm meaning terms. Terms. How many terms are there? Kastam. Romba kastam. Aristotelian, how many terms are there? Nyaya syllogism, how many terms are there? Terms. So sad. Romba kastam. I think who has given? Sudha ma'am. Only has given. The right answer is, see, they are talking about terms. Premise 1, premise 2 and the conclusion. What are all they? They are proposition. Okay. In these proposition we have a major term, we have minor term and we have a middle term. Correct? So we have these 3 terms here, 3 proposition there. these three terms appears twice. Yes, this is right. What about Nyaya syllogism? We have 5 propositions, that is PH, UUN, Pratijana, Hitu, Udaran, Upanayan, Nigmana. What about the terms here? Sadhya, Paksha and Hitu. Sadhya, Paksha and Hitu. Correct? How many terms are there? 3 terms are there. Proposition may be 5. Clear? Yes or no? Okay. Okay, do this one. Next question. 21. We will do 5 more questions and then we will end. Okay. Yes, very good. The right answer for this question is it is Acharya Siddha. It is Acharya Siddha. We have the Swarup Siddha, Vyaptava Siddha. Yes, very good. Super, super, super. Yes, Acharya Siddha. Next one. Yes, do the next one. Next one. This we have done. No need to do it. Okay, very good. Very good. Inferring rain from dark clouds, Sridimadi rain, cloven hoofs of animal in its horns. When we infer somebody's existence outside of this house, since the person is not concurrently present in this house. Causation according to the Nyaya view of inference. Cause. Easy. First two. Based on the causation. Cause and effect, Cause and effect. Based on the cause and effect. Clear? Okay, very good. Okay, do this one. Next question. These two are based on cause and effect. One is based on cause and effect, and one is effect and cause. Yes. Do this one. Among the 5 propositions in Nyaya syllogism, first coincides with the 5th. Among the 5 propositions in Nyaya syllogism, second coincides with the 4th. Question number 23. Are you all scolding me for giving this much of difficult questions? Yes, very good, very good. Why preposition? No? Hill has fire because there is smoke based on that one. Among the 5 preposition, the first one pratijana, which is coinciding with the nigmana, and the fifth one, the 5 preposition, the second one hetu is connected with the fourth one. Yes, very good, very good. Yes, the right answer for this question is both the options here are said to be correct. Yes, both the options are said to be correct here in this statement. Why, ma'am? What is the first statement? We say the hill has a fire. That was the first proposition. That is a pratijana. What is the fifth proposition here? Fifth proposition talks about, yes, therefore the hill has fire. So the first statement starts with, see, there is a fire on the hill. This is how we start the statement. The hill has fire. That will be the pratijana. What about nigmana? Nigmana says, yes, therefore the hill has fire. That is how we conclude. So this is your pratijana and this is your nigmana. So first one and the last one will be the same. Correct. Among the 5 proposition again, the second one, that is the reason. What is the reason I am saying? Because the hill has smoke. Because it has a smoke, I am saying. That coincides with the fourth one. What is the Upanaya? Upanaya talks about application. The hill has smoke, therefore there will be a fire. The hill has smoke. So we are connecting these two and they are connecting pratijana and nigmana. So both the statements are said to be correct over here. Last 2 questions. Question number 24. 24. Which of the pramanas are accepted by the valid Nyayikas? Nyaya schools of philosophy. Nyaya schools of philosophy. Which of the pramanas has been accepted? Perception, inference, assumption. Okay, that is arthapati. Verbal testimony and then comparison. Easy one. Easy one. Yes, very good. The right answer for this question is, it is A, B, D. Just now I gave no Nyaya schools of philosophy. They accept IPSC, that is inference, perception, shabda and comparison. Yes, very good, very good. Last question, 25th. No need to do this one. 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay, we will do this alone. We will do this alone. That is the abhavas, different forms of abhavas. This is a question from Anupalabdhi. So here in Anupalabdhi, we have these 4 different forms of abhavas. And first one we call Anoya Bhava, Adhyanta Bhava, Pragga Bhava, Pradvamsa Bhava. What are all these things, ma'am? Here the right answer is option number 3. So we have a Prag Abhava, means it is prior existence. Prag Abhava talks about before it is created. Before a chair is made, it does not exist, no. And that we call it as Prag Abhava. And next one we have a, so option number, before going to option number, no, just try to understand what are all those terms mean there. So we have a Prag Abhava talks about what? Prag Abhava talks about before that. Okay, so before that has been there, it is not available, and that is called Prag Abhava. And what is the next one? We have a Pradvamsa Bhava, posterior. Posterior means I have destroyed the chair. I have destroyed the chair. So the chair will not be available there, and that is called Pradvamsa Abhava. Pradvamsa Abhava means there is no existence. I have destroyed that one. So that will not be available there. And next where? Adyanta Bhava. Adyanta Bhava means there is no existence of that one. Example is unicorn. There is no term called unicorn. There is no term called sky lotus. There is no term called what is that? golden hill, right? So this refers to something which has never been existed in that world and never not possible to happen also, and that we call it as adyanta abhava. Okay, adyanta abhava means there is no existence of that one, that is adyanta. Anaya abhava means what? It is mutually not done. The pen is not this drive, this drive is not this pen, and that is called adyanta abhava. You understand? Mutual non-existence between the objects we call adyanta abhava. If you go to the questions now, so we have a preg abhava means what does it mean here? Preg abhava means what does it mean? We can go with hare's horn. Easily we can connect. Hare's horn. Adyanta abhava. Adyanta abhava, it is B1. Okay, B1 we have only one option. That's all, simply clicked. And then we have a preg abhava, that is C. Temporary absence. Okay, temporary absence of a thing. Pradvamsa abhava means what does it mean here? There is no existence of that jar now because I have destroyed that one. And then anoya abhava means what does it mean? This mutual non-existence between. This pen is not this drive is not this pen. That is called anoya abhava. So learners, I just want to make a conclusion of what we have did today. This will be useful for your revision. Please go and take the quick revision, there you can do it. So under logical reasoning, the very important thing that we have to do is fallacy. Yesterday we did. In that one, try to cover formal fallacy and then try to cover informal fallacy. And along with that, try to cover moods and figures, very very important. And then very important bigger topic is Indian logic. Under Indian logic, try to cover all the 6 pramanas there which we have done. And then we have to cover inference. What is inference? Anumana. In that one, try to cover PHUUN, Pratijana, Hitu, Udaran, Upanayan, Nigmana. And inside we have nearly 8 different types of inferences are there. That is Prarthanumana, Swarthanumana, Puravat, Seshavat, Samyo, Drishtita, Kevalya Vaili, Kevalya Vaitriki, and Ivya Vaitriki. Right? All these 8 types of anumanas that we have to do. And then after doing the specific inferences, then we have to go for Hitvabash. Where Hitvabash we call it as a fallacy that is being committed. This is nothing but what? Fallacy. What fallacy? Whenever the reason is being violated means, then it becomes a fallacy here. Here also we have covered all the different types of fallacies along with an example. Try to go through this one. These are all the must topic that we have to do it. And in tomorrow's class in logical reasoning, we will be covering a few questions from square of opposition, few questions from logical equivalent. Definite must questions we will do it, and also a few questions from some miscellaneous topics over there. Okay, so and then syllogism. These are the topics we are going to do tomorrow. Definite max class will be there. So try to go through all these things, important must for logical reasoning. Okay. Yes, so try to understand. We have to prepare for the hardest. I work for those who are dedicated. Only for people who are dedicating themselves, definitely the fruit will be there. If I am not dedicating myself, just like that it should come means, I don't know how far it will be to with you. Only for things which we work, it will be to us. Okay. So at this point I conclude this session today, and tomorrow don't worry, definitely we will be doing max after completing all this, because this we have done so many times. So I will not give you any explanation, direct question, chachara question I will be moving on. No other things I will be doing. Okay, because see, I know Indian logic you feel little bit difficult, that's why I give so many explanation for all the questions. But I think this we have done so many times, so I am not give any detailed explanations, just will be moving on. Okay, I hope you would have enjoyed this session. Please take it seriously and then work. Only for people who work for it, we can able to get the fruit, or else it is hard. Thank you so much for listening. This will be uploaded there in our this day session. It will be uploaded, so don't worry. Okay, this PDF also will be uploaded along with the other questions I will upload. Bye, tata. Any doubt? Nothing. No one will ask doubt. No doubt. Okay, thank you. Bye, tata.